Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to the CD Racoola show. Today's show, as promised, will be throwing it all the way back to 1994 and reviewing the film Interview with a Vampire. If there's one thing old CD absolutely adores, it's reviewing vampire horror films. You can call me biased all you want, but I just think us vampies have quite a bit to offer the horror world. Keyword being horror. Vampires, I feel like, have been losing a bit of our luster as of late, with films like, and don't make me ever mention the name of this film on this channel ever again, but, and here it goes, I promised I'd never say the word, Twilight! Yeah! There, I said it without barfing. You should be impressed. That film, of whom I shall never name again, put a bad spin on us vampies, I think, and put the bloodthirsty nature of the vampire up on its shelf, and made us dare to be little cutesy-patootsy teeny boppers. Yuck! To all of you Hollywood guys out there, don't take the horror out of your vampire movies, please, and thank you. It's just not wanted here. Yes, that movie that shall not be named made lots of money. Oh, sure it did, but at what price, I asked? The price of us vampires' pride? Okay, I digress. I could talk about this for literally decades, and trust me, I've got the time. But let's get back to business here and talk about Interview with the Vampire. This 1994 movie was based off the novel of the same name, written by Anne Rice. I'm sorry, Anne Rice has written quite a few great vampire novels that I urge you to check out. That lady just gets us, man. The late great Anne Rice, she's amazing. R.I.P. to her. This movie is directed by Neil Jordan, best known for directing The Crying Game, which he won an Oscar for, by the way. No big deal. The most amazing thing about this movie, though, and what to me made it an absolute treasure, is of course the cast. What a cast this movie had. A couple names you might know: Tommy Cruise, Tom Cruise, Tommy Boy, Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas, Stephen Ray, Christian Slater, and of course a young Kirsten Dunst. Yes, sure, the cast was fantastic. No, but what about the hair on these guys? That was just plain old impressive. They had such long, luxurious hair in this film. I don't know how realistic that is, as not all us pretty boy vampires have such long hair. I mean, look at me with these guys. Look at how I stack up. That's an incredibly good-looking crew, if you ask me. Don't you think? They should have casted old CD for this film. I was a little disappointed. I'm always around if any of you Hollywood guys are interested, by the way. I'm still looking to take my modeling career to the next level. Back to the film's plot. And of course, no spoilers from old CD. But if you haven't watched this film yet and consider yourself a horror fan, I have to question your true patronage to the genre. The film is what the name suggests. An interviewer, played by Christian Slater, and the interviewee, Louis, played by Brad Pitt, as he goes over his entire long life as a vampire and his trials and tribulations winding up through the centuries. Of course, Tommy Cruise plays the vampire Lestat, who in my mind is perhaps the third most famous vampire of all time, behind Count Dracula, and yours truly, of course. I really love Mr. Cruise's portrayal of Lestat in this film. He's all things you could want in a vampire. Evil, bloodthirsty, and with a dash of charm. Remind you of anyone? I'm talking about me. It should remind you of me. I like the premise of the film. Some of the best horror films of all time have some of the simplest storylines. Think about the movie Jaws. Jaws doesn't get too complicated. It's a big man-eating shark. Boom! Done and done. Now, Interview with a Vampire gets a little more complex than Jaws with its storyline, but it's basically just reviewing a vampire's life, and trust me when I say we lead very interesting lives. Comment down below, if you will, on what your favorite scary movie is with a simple storyline. Think the Halloween movies and Michael Myers. He's just a crazy guy that likes to kill people, really. End of story. Maybe there's a little backstory there with his sister, but, for the most part, there isn't just much to it, and that's one of the things that make it great, in my opinion. They are, however, remaking a television series of Interview with the Vampire for AMC. Now, that's going to be a tall order to remake this film, especially into a television adaptation. It would be very, very difficult to watch it and not constantly compare the show to this film. I will, of course, watch it anyway, because I'm a sucker for all things vampire, so bring it on, AMC! Wrapping things up here, I do so love this film, and if you haven't watched it yet, get yourself a nice comfy chair, and turn out the lights. Maybe get yourself a fresh glass of blood, and watch Interview with a Vampire. As always, thank you for watching the CD Racoola show, and if you would take time out of your busy little schedule, hit the like, share, and subscribe button down below. Tune in next episode when I review the film. Bring it in here a little closer. I can't be too loud here. A little closer. A Quiet Place! I will be going over Quiet Place 1 and 2. I won't usually do that, but I am for this one. I don't really care. That's going to be a spooky little surprise. Till next time, make sure if Old CD stops by your house, you be a good host and invite me in for a little drink. Toodaloo!